France is not coming to rest. On Saturday, more than 230,000 people across the country took to the streets against the strict corona measures. The government eases the rules easily now. In France, as I said, tens of thousands of people took to the street against the tightening of those corona rules, and according to the Interior Ministry, a record number of around 237,000 people took part in the protests on Saturday. The government announced a slight relaxation of those measures applicable from Monday. In Italy, too, thousands of people protested against the mandatory corona health passport there. At the end of July, the French parliament passed a law that provides for corona vaccination for health and care workers, as well as firefighters and other rescue workers. It was also decided to expand the regulation on the so-called health pass. From Monday, a vaccination, recovery or a negative test must be proven when entering restaurants and cafes, health facilities, some shopping centers, trade fairs, as well as for long-distance travel in public transport. For German tourists, the certificates issued at home are generally sufficient, by the way. We have no problems with stuff like that. Shortly before the new rule came into force, the government diffused some details. As Health Minister Olivier Véran announced in the newspaper Le Parisien, negative tests should now be valid for 72 hours instead of the previously planned 48 hours. In addition to antigen and rapid tests, self-tests under medical supervision should also be recognized. Opposition politicians had submitted the controversial law to the Constitutional Council for examination. This had approved it as constitutional on Thursday. During some marches in Paris, people chanted hostile slogans against head of state Emmanuel Macron, such as "Macron, shut up, we don't want him anymore." In Montpellier, protesters attacked a pharmacist who was doing corona tests. Some of them berated him as a collaborator and a murderer. Must be some of these stupid anti-vaxxers. According to the Interior Ministry, however, the protests were mostly peaceful. 35 demonstrators were arrested across the country and 7 emergency services were slightly injured. The number of participants in the protests increased from weekend to weekend. As I said, according to the Ministry of Interior, a total of 204,000 people took to the streets on July 31st. And before that, 161,000, and the week before that, 110,000. And now 237,000. Protest rallies against the so-called Green Passport, which has been mandatory since Friday for visiting the interior of restaurants, cinemas, museums, and indoor sports facilities, took place in several Italian cities on Saturday. Around 1,000 people took to the streets in Rome and around 100 in Naples. In Milan, the Italian news agency ANSA reported on thousands of demonstrators. According to this, some of them wore a yellow star with the words "not vaccinated," alluding to the compulsory registration number for Jews introduced by the National Socialists in the Third Reich. The idiots here in Germany did that too, and most of them were of our new Nazis. So, The Green Pass is an app that can be used to prove vaccination, recovery, or negative tests. Teachers in schools, as well as teachers and students at universities, must also show this passport, and from September 1st it is also valid for domestic flights and trains. And just to say this one again, it sounds very much as if it's the same idiots we have here in Germany. We have some of them, though, ourselves. Many of them are right-wing extremists. They have tons of conspiracy theories. Some things I don't even know what to call what they are doing. They are anti-vaxxers, they are anti-everything, right-wing, anti-Semitic as well, and I don't know what's going on in their heads. But normal people have no problem here with this. I have the European app on my phone, and I can show that I'm vaccinated, and that's it. And where's the problem? I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.